Hello, good evening. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Bedtime emergency. Won't go into details, but yeah, you know the type. Anyway, so it's Wednesday and I have a few new stamps for you. Only a couple, but these are super exciting because they are to go with our bulb. And if you love our bulb, you're going to love these insides. I've got some florals and I've got some industrial ones as well to show you. So we will be working with them tonight. Evening, Tracy. Hi, Rachel. Oh, Mr. YouTube has decided to go a bit funny on me, so bear with while I just sort that one out. There you go, it's working now. So for those of you that don't know, we have this lovely bulb stamp, and you can see all its middle is empty, and the reason it's empty is because we have different insides for it. So tonight we've got 4 new ones, and I'm just going to start and show you them because I think they're cool, and you will recognise them. So the idea is you can use basically the sets that I've taken them from to create your backgrounds. I think you'll see they are fun. You can tell I'm excited, can't you? So let me find my mouse. Evening, Noala. I'm having one of them nights, aren't I? Let me find my mouse. There he is. And there's the camera. Look, it's actually working. Up until about, I don't know, about 10 minutes ago it didn't want to work. So 4 new inners for our bulb. So you will see one of my favourite stamps is the Have Faith stamp. And then I have got Beauty is Everywhere, which is just curved to go inside the bulb, not outside, inside. So that's our first one, our lovely Beauty is Everywhere. The next floral we have, this one I've called Thinking of You, and you can see it's got that lovely bulb shape. Yep. Again, stamped inside your bulb, and then you've got Thinking of You and Happy Birthday. Now, when you actually look at this one, you think, how is that supposed to fit? It does. It's a snug fit. Yeah, snug is a word, but it does fit. So you can see you've got your Thinking of You and your Happy Birthday. Let me turn that over so you can see it a bit better. You've got your Thinking of You and your Happy Birthday, which just sits inside the bulb. Yeah, if that makes sense as well. Now we've got our industrial. So you can see where I've taken this one from. This is that lovely industrial border. I kept playing with it, I kept tweaking it, and I thought, no, I just want to use the industrial border, and then it works really well with that in the background. I think I've got one of them to show you later. I think I have. So you've got the lovely industrial border one there, and then you've got things like inspire, imagine, and create. And the idea is you can fit these little words where you can see they fit just inside here or here to go inside your bulb. And then finally, this one's inspired by our roses set. So we have our Bright Spark with our lovely atom in the back and our sound waves. So you can see where I've taken the inspiration from. You've got our science set, our industrial borders. This is actually our flower from Christmas, that lovely simple stems. And then this one is our Have Faith flower. Again, all the designs that I've made to fit our little bulb, because I generally try and do them. I try and do the bulbs as I'm going along, and you can see I've got a few Christmas ones as well that are in the pipeline that will come out in July for our Christmas. So Thinking of You, Industrial, Bright Spark, and Beauty is Everywhere. Evening, Mum. I do like that atom, don't I? It is a cool one. Right, so I'm going to show you some of the samples because that means nothing, doesn't it, when you see the stamps like that. I'm going to start with Mum's because I've not looked at these yet either. I'm just going to grab Mum's, and then I'll show you mine. I always forget, when I've got the fan on, everything blows away. So I end up chasing it around the room. So I'm going to start off with that lovely Bright Spark. And she's teamed it up with Rosie's science set. So you've got the atom in the background, you've got the imagination is more important than knowledge, saying from that stamp set as well. And you can just see that Bright Spark just fits and fills that bulb so perfectly, doesn't it? So that's the first one. Then we're going industrial. Let's move that one around. So you can see she's even used the inner as like little corner pieces as well, which is really cool. If I hold it up, she's done them in grey, so my camera's not quite, there we go. And then we've got our words as well, all around the bulb, and then she's just coloured it in blues, and kept it to blues and greys for this one. But you can see, looks fab, doesn't it, down the middle of our bulb, does that one. Next up we've got our Bright Spark, but she's been a bit of a bright spark herself, and she's twisting round. So you can see, let me get you the packaging so you can see the original. There you go. So I know Mum likes her bulbs dangling down. So all she's done with this one is she's masked off one part and stamped it, and then masked off the other part and then stamped it so she can turn that one round. Yep, so she can make her bulb multi-directional. It's a neat little idea. I hadn't thought of doing that. There you go. And she's just used, I don't know if you can quite see, the sound wave in the background from the texture stamp sound wave. You can see how they all fit together, don't you? Next up we have our faith. Sorry, Beauties Everywhere. I keep calling it have faith one because that's what it is called. So you can see inside, and then you've just got Beauties Everywhere, and it just fits snugly in that little bulb, doesn't it? There you go. And she's just used it in the background. She picked up one of the butterflies, and we've just got Imagine there in the background from our industrial set. So she's been mixing and matching there. So how cool is that one? A lovely purple one, and I love it. She's got cord as well. Yep. So just to finish up our bulb. And then this one, she says she's got it the wrong way round because she prefers it the other way round, but I think it looks lovely this way. So she's used our Thinking of You floral to stamp in the two corners, which actually I hadn't thought of doing it the other way round, but she is right, it does look nice that way as well if you don't want to pop your words in. So you could do it that way, or you could do it that way. And then she's just used the Thinking of You just stamped randomly in the background. Now this one is a snug fit, so I'll show you how to stamp this one in if you want it with your words, because it looks like it's never going to fit, but it does, honest, it does. So those are Mum's. I'll quickly whip through mine. So you know me, a bit of a splodgy background. I've used my happy birthdays, and you can see there I have just put that happy birthday in the top of my bulb, and you can see it all just works together. Yep, and like I said, it's a real snug fit, which is why if you look closer you're missing a couple of the tips off your leaves, because you just snuggle it up to the edge and stamp it. Yep, there's that one. Next up we have, you can see, our strength. So we have got, that's one of the, I don't know if you can quite see, the industrial corners in the background there. We've got our strength from this month's monthly make. It all just works together so well, and I've just used the end of my little bulb inner to add a little bit more interest to our strength. There you go. I do. I love that one. It is really, really cool. I've gone super simple with my next one, which is this one. Super simple. Taking my pencil crayons, coloured it in, and I've just put a Feel Better Soon on there from, I think that was, well, it was a monthly make one, and I can't remember which one it was. It was the greeting, Thinking of You greetings one. But you can see, really simple, really easy to colour in. Don't really need much more than that, do you, for a Get Well Soon card or Feel Better Soon? Yeah, really simple. Let's have a bit of a bright spark next, shall we? There you go. You can see I've just grabbed Rosie's science set. Evening, Lynn. Grabbed Rosie's science set and just created a bit of a splattery background there, using her atom and her laughing gas, because I do love this one. And she has got another set of these, I want to say elements, that she's working on at the moment. She was inspired because she does a science trip on Friday to Manchester Uni for the day, and she's been inspired to do some more. So she has been working on that. I'm hoping to get them ready for her for the weekend. So anyway, Rosie's science set in the background, our lovely atoms. I've used our cosmic swirl in the background as well, and then just that bright spark in there. You can see really, it's a really good one for your teens or your blokes. Yeah. Don't ever gave bright spark to Mr. Roo at the moment, I think he would probably not see the funny side. Oh, that's not fair, Noelle. Your son not getting a school trip. Rosie, this is one that Rosie got chosen for because she's really interested in science. So it's like a science day to the university. There's only a couple of them going from the whole school, but she's really excited, and I am too because she loves the science. Anyway, this is our industrial one. So you can see I've just stamped it 3 times, 1, 2, and then stamped on a separate piece, and then you can see how those words just snuggle. Well, you can't see that one because I've stamped over the top of it, but you get the idea. They just snuggle in on the side should you want to put them on there. But yeah, really simple, really easy to do that one. And then finally, just a quick one with the Beauty is Everywhere one. I've just coloured it in using, I want to say Distress Inks, I think, on that one. Could be Distress Inks, could be. And then just created a background using those that big love stamp from our monthly make. So there you go. Really simple and easy to use, but they do. I think that is probably my favourite one. So they all, I don't know, see, it's the same one, isn't it? Yeah. But I love this idea with Mum. If we turn our bulb upside, I know it doesn't work because she's made it into a card. But if you do it so it's going down, it's a lovely idea as well. Yeah, I wonder, it's got some sparkle on it. I noticed that the first time around. Anyway, so I had got, there it is, a card cut. Or do you want to see them stamped first? Should we stamp them? Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Let me grab some scrap then, and I'll show you. So, which one would you like to see a card made of from tonight is my first question. But whilst we're doing that, I'm going to show you the one that I keep saying is tricky. Because it's not tricky, it's just... Yeah. So I always start with my bulb and just make sure you ink him up really well. There we go. Just going to give this a quick stamp. I always make it harder for myself, don't I, with the fan going next to me. I've got to admit, school trip wise, they've both done really well out of this year. Because Bear gets to go and play his, I always want to say a crumpet. It's not, it's because that's what he called it, his cornet, at the Bridgewater Hall in Manchester in a couple of weeks' time. So he is really looking forward to that. Makes it sound like he plays a cornet. He doesn't. We just have a bit of a toot every now and again like it. So this is our lovely little flower one. So I'm going to use that one. Pop it on there. I'm going to turn it around so it's easier for me to stamp and position. Make sure I ink him up. I've still not gone and got myself a big ink pad. I will do. Or Mr. Roo will go and get them for me. Right, that's all nicely inked up. And this is what we'll be playing with as well at Birmingham. So can you see, I'm just holding it over and then I'm just snuggling it up to this line here. Yep, so you've got a little bit missing here on the, oh, you can't see. Got a little bit missing on that petal there, leaf there, and that leaf there. So just snuggle it into the side. Make sure it's butted right over. Because then, when you come to add your thinking of you or your happy birthday, I've got black fingers already. Let's do thinking of you because I don't think we had that on one of the cards, did we? It does just snuggle in. It's all about snuggling this one. Yeah. Oh, I over squished that one, but you get the idea, don't you? So I know it doesn't look like it fits, but it does. Make sure you butt your flower right over and then you snuggle this little fella in. Really easy to do. Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? And again, you've got the big simple stems from our it was the Christmas Day set from our advent calendar that came from. So should we stamp another one? Yeah, why not? Let's grab my bulb again. I might do this one upside down and see how many I can fit on my piece of paper. Gonna ink up around the edge. But we have got some Christmas ones coming out. I always get asked when we go to Birmingham for some new bulb inserts, so here they are. And yes, there will be some Christmas ones, but I'm not releasing them until I start releasing all of our Christmas stuff, which will start next month. Because I don't like doing Christmas all year round, so Christmas in July, that'll do. There we go. So I'm going to lift this one up. And then which one should we do next? Should we do, let's do our bright spark, shall we? The bulb is cool, isn't it, Lynn? It's super old. It is a super old one, I will admit that one. It's been around for years. It was probably one of my earlier designs. Well, it was one of my early designs. And it has been around for a long time. And we've got lots of innards to go with it. But these are our new ones, because like I say, I haven't done any innards for a while. So again, literally I'm just going to snuggle it in. You can see where that bottom bit touches, and then I just make sure I've got the same space either side. We've got a bit of a bright spark going on. I'm just giving it a good press. And you'll notice as well, let me pull this one off. I will admit it. On the samples, okay, where's he gone? Where's my bright spark gone? There he is. You'll notice the B wasn't standing out very well. So Mr. Roo and I had a bit of a discussion. And we've redone it. So can you see on this one, you'll probably go, oh, yeah, it really didn't matter. But the B, I've emptied out the B. Yeah, so on the samples you've got a closed in B, whereas this one, it's got a nice gap in it, so it stands out a bit more. Yeah, if I hadn't pointed out, you probably wouldn't have seen it, but this is what it looks like now. Yeah, did that make sense? Yeah. It didn't look right when I started playing with it, and so we changed it slightly. But not before I'd done all my samples with it. It's no good when it doesn't look right. It was bugging me. So I had to change it a little bit. So this one, let's do that lovely face one, shall we? I keep calling it face, it isn't. It's beauty is everywhere. But if you want the bigger set, it's called Have Faith. And I know a lot of you have got that Have Faith one because it is so beautiful. There we go. And twist that one around. And these are dead easy, these last two, because they're a whole lot smaller than our bulb. So there's no messing about with this one. You literally just slap it in the middle, ink him up, slot him on, or her on. Turn it around, pop it down. Again, can you see you've just got that little dot there? It's got a flat edge to it, so you know that's where you butt up to. So just butt it up. Pop it down. And then you can have your words, or you don't have to have your words. I was going to put it all together and I thought, well, no, not everybody wants those words. You might want something a bit different. So they ended up apart. And I didn't want to do them straight either, because it is a bit of a monkey, shall we say, to curve it that much. So you've got them curved to go inside. Just going to aim that up. I'll put that one there. I didn't stamp that flower very central, did I? There we go. And then the last one, I'll just grab another piece of paper, is our lovely industrial one. Let's pop them all over there so you can still see them. And then, there we go, I've got another piece. It is one of the ones, Lynn, that I keep going back to over and over. Because it's just so usable. And there is a smaller version as well. And I know it sounds daft, but the small version fits inside the big version. Just. and there's a polyplate middle for it as well. So if you don't want to colour it in and you really want to do bish bash bosh, there is a polyplate middle for that the bulb bit. Yeah, so you can do all your lovely like ink and oxide effects in there as well. There we go. Oops, I didn't ink that one very well, did I? That's okay. Yep. I'll just get this one inked up. And again, it's got a flat edge, so you know exactly where to butt up to. Just bring it down and butt it up. And then I'm just going to snuggle a little wordy in there. So I'm going to have a bit of create, I think, going in that little bit. Oops. There we go. I'm just going to turn it around. And we're just going to come down and we're just going to snuggle it in. Oops, I didn't ink very well, but you get the idea. I'm having a night of not inking tonight, aren't I? So, those bright sparks upside down. Sorry. But there you go. Those are the new ones, and you can see they all fit just beautifully inside our bulbs. I do like Mum's idea though of not popping the thinking of you and popping it in the middle. That does look lovely as well. So, which one should we use tonight? Because I've got a 6x6 card, I've got a dirty sum as well, so I might just try and get rid of that ink somehow. I've got a 6x6 card and 4 new stamps to play with, so which one do you fancy working with tonight? Just while I get my black ink off my thumb. Because I always choose, don't I? So it's up to you guys tonight. Which one do you fancy? Lynn's going to have a look. See, but yeah, there's quite a few of them. Some are very old, but you'll tell actually when you look at the picture they are super old, but they're still good. Thinking of you. Lynn fancies a thinking of you one. Oh, well, that's fine. So this one. There we go. Right. So let's grab. I've got a cut down piece and I've got a big piece. There we go. There's a cut down. So let's have. I think I'm going to play with Mum's idea. I think I've got thinking fingers on here. You can tell. So we're going to do a splodgy background because that is the easiest one. When I'm on the hoof, it is the easiest one to work from. Oh, villainous potion again. We might use the mean colour again. I'm not using it with green because that just looks Halloweeny, won't it? We'll see. Let me grab. What's on my desk still from the other night? Fancy peacock feathers. Maybe a yellow, not twisted citrus. So, oh, should we go pink? Might go pink on the top. I'm going to need peel paint. I know that. Don't want you. Don't want you. One of these days, I'm going to just turn around and my inks are going to be the colours I want right on top. So mustard seed. And I'm going to do those 3 colours. Not quite sure where we're going, but they look like a good colour palette, don't they? Righty ho. So the first thing I want is some acetate, because I'm always surrounded by acetate in here and I can never find a piece when I want it. Right, I want big, bold and bright, so that should do that, shouldn't it? That should fill that brief. So I'm going to go with my yellow first. Couldn't see my spritzer, couldn't see for looking. And we're just going to start adding. Ooh, I've gone way too much there. want to cover the whole thing. Oops, got a bit of pink or red on there already. Get a bit of blast with the heat gun. I am going to nick Mum's idea, but I'm going to tweak it as well, so I hope you don't mind, Mum. So I've got my lovely yellow, which was mustard seed, because it's lovely and bright. Okay, I'm going to grab, I think I'm going to do my pink next. I'd missed my acetate then. You could tell, couldn't you? I, like, yep, I'm going to have missed that. I didn't though. I should have more faith in my splatting abilities. A bit more spritzing on there, but it will be fine. Evening Sue. So we have got our pink. I just love how it breaks up the background. Yeah, because you know me and white space, ooh, I get very scared. But once I've got a colour on there, spotted a bit of colour on, no one's going to see any sponge marks then, are they? Nope. There we go. I know I keep complaining I've got my fan on, which I'm not complaining because it's keeping me cold, but you know what I mean. It's blowing everything everywhere. It actually helps me dry stuff. That's got to be a bonus, hasn't it? Even though I am chasing embossing powders around and things all day. So completely just covered this. Maybe I've gone a bit over the top, but we will see shortly. I said I wanted big, bold and bright, didn't I? So we are getting there with that. I'm just going to dry it before I do anything else. So we've got mustard seed, picked raspberry and peacock feathers on this one. Just realised it's similar colours to the one I did before. It won't look like the one I did. There we go. Right, so I'm going to grab my bulb. I'm just going to size it up first because I know. I've got black ink everywhere. And the beauty of this is I'm not masking, because normally you'd see through a bulb, wouldn't you? I know it'd be big and bright and bold, and that's what we'll do. We'll add some yellow to it, but you would see a little bit through it. Well, that's my thinking, so that's what I'm sticking with. So we're gonna have one, we're gonna have two, and then we're gonna have a third one in the middle, and that works perfectly. So I'm thinking you can hear the cogs, can't you? I'm sorry, they are clunking away. They are clunking away at me. So I want my thinking of you because I want to add this to my background. I'm not going to do the yellow because that's just going to waste. Well, we know it's not going to stand out too much, but we do know thinking of you will. And bearing in mind I'm going to have a bulb here and a bulb here. We're going to just grab our little ones like that. And I've done my pink, so I'm going to do my blue. I've got to. grab this one. Ooh. Note to self, don't put your finger under your stamping block when you're trying to stamp. I always make it harder for myself, don't I? There we go, right, done. So I've got lots and lots of thinkings of views. Tell you what would look good as well, the you know, the corner builders, because I know I've got it's in that font as well. Do I know where they are off the top of my head? No, would be the answer. But yeah, corner builders, imagine that in the corners. Oof. Especially if you position your book. Yeah, you can see where I was going with that, but I don't know where my corner builders are. You'd be waiting a long time for me to find them. They're somewhere. There we go. So I'm just going to start inking this one up. And just make sure when you're inking up your bulb, I know it doesn't look like it, but I normally go around the edge with my ink pad so that I don't get any black bits on this bit. And I know most companies would cut that bit out, but I don't, because I don't want to distort the shape when it comes to stamp. Yeah, so by leaving all that polymer in there, it makes sure when you stamp it, it's going to be the perfect size, especially when you're adding your other bits to it. Whereas most other companies would go, oh, I can save that polymer. I'd rather know it's going to stamp perfect for you and everything's going to fit. There's nothing worse than going to stamp something and it's misshapen a little bit, isn't it? To be fair, it won't save that much polymer anyway. So we've got that one going. There we go. I'll just make a mess of my desk at the same time. I'm going to turn it round. It's looking very grungy, isn't it? Not grungy, what's the word I'm looking for? Trendy. You know, like a teenager-ish background. I'm trying to think of like the hip new words that people use, but I can't. Bear started saying huzzah when things go right. Not quite sure where he's got that one from. And he's not sure either where he's got that one from, but he says it. Whenever something goes right, huzzah! Okay. Alright, so let's pop that one there. And whilst I've got my bulb in my hand, I'm going to do the extra one I want on my top layer. I could do it flat, but I'd have had to have masked it off. I'm not doing that. And it's nice to put a little bit of depth sometimes, isn't it? There we go. Now where did I put it? I'm going to use the end of this piece that we had before. Make sure I ink it up and then go for a little wander all the way around. So if you're coming to see us at Birmingham, this is what we're going to be playing with. The bulb and... See, I'm not the only one then, Noala. Someone else has heard of Huzzah, but he says it all the time. Whenever he's celebrating, Huzzah, it works. Okay. I'm wondering if it's like a Minecraft thing. Oh, he has been watching Ninja Monkeys. Or Monkey Ninjas, something like that. It's a new one he found. But it just seems odd coming out of a little, you know, 8-year-old. Nearly 9-year-old. It just seems an odd thing to say. Yeah, Mike the Knight. We haven't watched Mike the Knight in a long time, but he did, didn't he? He used to say that all the time. How strange. I wonder whether it is. He's been watching Mike the Knight without me. That is one thing. Yeah, I did struggle to watch Mike the Night with the kids when I was younger, when they were younger. Right, I'm going to pop that one in there. And I could never watch Ben and Holly either. Not that there was anything wrong with it, it was just, I don't know, I think it was the ladybug. It used to bark, didn't it? And I don't think ladybugs bark. But I did struggle with that one. It's Rachel that recognised it. Yeah, it's an odd one. So I'm just going to pop this somewhere in the middle. So I'm nicking Mum's idea. We're going to have them dangling down, not dangling up. But you don't dangle up, do you? Yeah, he's definitely not watching the Great. But he might be watching Mike the Night without me. Oh, there is that new one, isn't there? With the deer. I can't remember what that one's called. Prince Ivanhoe or something like that. It could come from that. Thinking about it. That's like medieval knights and things. I should really pay more attention to what he is watching, I suppose. But yeah, I'll find out. It's come from somewhere. So I'm going to pop this one in here. Just makes me giggle when he says it, and I don't think that's quite the reaction he's expecting me to get the giggles. There we go. And I'm going to turn it around to do this one. I'm just going to stick it in here, even though it is a bit curly. There we go. And then I'm going to blast all three of them with the heat gun, because we're going to get some water on these now. So let's start with that one. Lynn's lost. Yeah. Mike the Night is it was when Rosie was little. She used to watch that as well. It's been going a long time, hasn't it, Mike the Night? I tell you the one thing I really do. Yeah, Ozo. He was oh so special, that bear, wasn't he? Special Agent Ozo. Used to love that. In a, like, yeah, annoying kind of way. And Henry Huggle Monster. I really do miss Henry Huggle Monster. Yeah, sitting there watching about a family of different monsters. Do miss watching that one. And it's not even on catch up. Okay. Now, to be fair, we don't seem to watch much kiddies TV because Bear likes watching like the plane restoration and Ice Road Truckers and all that, and Rosie normally I'm watching something on National Geographic, so I'm not that up on the kiddies channels anymore, apart from that new one. I do know that Prince Ivanhoe and Apple and Onion. Anyway, right, so I've got all that sorted. I really did go off on a tangent then, didn't I? I'm going to go back down to my mustard seed because I want to add a bit of colour to these. I know I've put a load on my desk. I will use it because I want to create the. At the moment, if I stick that on there, it's just going to stand out and go. Ugh, really doesn't like it. Yeah. However, I add a little bit of colour. I could have used my polyplate to add a bit of colour behind it as well. I need a bit more water. So I'm going to go in very, very gently with this one. I'm not trying to get in close to my flowers. I don't even know if you can see. Yes, you can see that. So I'm just going to add a little bit more around the edge. Bulbs aren't something that you normally look at, are they? Especially when they're illuminated. Which will make your eyes poorly. There we go. So I'm just doing a bit of a wash in the background on that one, and I am going to do the same on this one as well. So remember, this is oxide we're using, so as soon as I hit it, it's going to start moving. I know we've heat set it, but some of it will start to move, so it'll start to get a bit muddier. And it'll start to just move a little bit as well, which is fine because these are our backgrounds. If it was brush out or your distress inks, then it'll be, you know, going for it, it'll be running everywhere. However, oxide is that a little bit better. It will just stick a little bit more, not completely, but there you go. You can see, can't you, the difference there? Yeah. Do exactly the same on this one. I'm just giving the idea of our bulbs being lit. I'm not sure how that would work with flowers in it, but I think I'm overthinking it now, aren't I? There we go. I'm not worrying too much about my lines and everything on this one. Obviously I'm worried about the external line of the bulb, but not too much about near the flowers, because it's just giving it the idea, a bit of a colour wash. There we go. Let me wash my paintbrush. And then I'm going to dry this off because I'm going to add some pens to this and a bit of charcoal pencil. And you're just seeing bits of that background, aren't you, coming through? Okay, and pick it up. There we go. There we go. Let me just grab. Just have a charcoaly pencil. I do. So I'm not going to worry about that one because, well, that's over there, isn't it? And it's going to be stuck at the top anyway. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Oops, I've gone a bit hard with this. I didn't mean to. I'm just going to add a little bit around my edge again. Just like that. Come on. You can see it just pulls it off that background, doesn't it? I might just add a bit around my bobbly bits as well. Do get carried away, don't they? Just like that. And instantly, boom, they've just jumped off the page at us, haven't they? And then the only other thing I want to do, let's see if it wants to work tonight, it might do. You see how we've got the double line? I'm just going to add a little bit now. It will reactivate that oxide. The board would be better if I was a bit neater, but whenever have I been neat? Look it down here. Can you see it's just, again, we put that charcoal around the edge. We're just popping a little bit of white as well. Just makes that bulb really jump. It's better if you stay between your lines, but you know. I'm obviously rebelling about staying between lines tonight. There we go. And there's just a little smidgen here. There we go. I'm not worrying about that one because it's got its white bits already. So we don't have to worry about that one. Right, I need some colours. Let me just grab, I'm going to go for a green. Can't see them down there, so I'm going to grab greens and oh, decision time. I'm thinking a nice little turquoise for our flowers, maybe, or pink. Pink, oh, I can't remember which one's which now. I think pink peony is the one. Yeah. Can't decide turquoise or pink for these, so I'm going to start off with my green. I'm not going to do all my shading and stuff. It will be forever if I do that. So my paler one, I'm just going to do this leaf. You'll notice your like little daisy ones have a leaf down at the bottom, which is slightly different. And then I'm going to grab my darker one and start colouring in some of these little ones. And again, yes, I could be going in and doing all my shading and stuff. I'm just going to make that leaf look like it's finished. I could get my gel pen out as well to finish that off if I wanted to. But I didn't want bits of leaf hanging over the edge, if that makes sense. You know, when we're stamping it with a saying. Because otherwise it'll look like we've got a crack in our bulb. I did have that whole debate when I was drawing it. But again, it's that simple stem set from our Christmas collection that you could put with this and it'd work beautifully. Imagine a couple of them in the background as well. So I've stamped this upside down like Mum suggested. And it's Mum's idea. So I can't take credit by stamping it upside down, but it does look cool. She was right. Always nice when you get an extra way of using it, isn't it? And I coloured in a petal then. Eek. There we go. What do you reckon? Should we go with pink or turquoise? I can't decide because we've got both of them in the background, so both of them would work equally well. We could do a bit of both, couldn't we? Oh, there's an idea. There you go. So you've just got little vines coming up the background, which you'll notice if you've got the, I think it's Magic Scapes set. You could add more of your vines from that set. Ooh, that leaf got bigger and bigger. It's like the magic leaf that grew. give it a quick. Oh, that's blue. That's not going to happen, is it? You could just see we're going to end up with a blue leaf. Right, so I've done my green bits. And we're just going to quickly, I'm going to put 2 little pink ones. You'd obviously take your time and do really nice colouring in. Or not, you might want to do a really quick one like this as well. So we're going to have our pink ones. Nearly there. There we go, pink, and then finally we're going to have that little bit of turquoise. So we'll just make that flower. Oops. There we go. See, part of me thinks this one would look nice by itself, just with a saying. Whoops. Don't look at that bit there. I didn't go over the line there. I'll just keep hiding it now. Can't see how bad my colouring was there. There we go. So, really easy to cut these ones out as well. Just a quick snip around the edge. I'm going to leave a border, because if I don't, it's just going to get lost. If I leave that little white border, you know all my tricks by now. Just give it a nice little border around the edge. Ooh. Oops, the daisy. There we go. I think we might just want to do a bit of doodling as well. So we're just going to have that there. I wonder, I am wondering now. No, it's the wrong way, isn't it? Doesn't quite. Oh, it's close. Should we chance it? We're going to chance it. If it all goes terribly wrong. Actually, we're not going to chance it. We're going to put that on there. We're going to put that there. I should have got last month's with me. I've got my get well soon ones. I knew they should be on here. Oh, it says feel better soon. Nope, we're going to have just wanted to say. I'm going to stamp that there. There we go. So last month's monthly mate, the one that came with Celia, I've just grabbed that off. I've got a bendy banana paper, so I'm just going to have to take this. There we go. It's very bendy. There we go. So just wanted to say that bendy, in fact, that I went and smudged it, but that's okay. I'm going to move it because there's nowhere I'll stamp like that. It's just not comfy. I am going to put another one up there. You could tell I hesitated then, didn't I? Oh well, I'll pop another one up in this top corner. I just wanted to say. And then finally, let me put that back on that stamp set before I lose it. I'm just going to add a little bit of doodling, so I'm going to take it on the top edge. Just like that. I'm not going over my there we go. There we go, last one. Oops. Okay. That then comes down there. You could probably do with a butterfly or something just to finish it off. Then that will go on there. I am wondering though, it is close to that. No happy birthday won't fit in either. Yeah, we've turned it around because where's my page has gone? Where's my page has gone? I put the pens away. That is how it was designed to work. But yes, Mummy's right, it does look just as nice upside down. You just can't quite fit your words in. I bet you could if you really tried though. But yeah, looks really pretty, doesn't it? So just to recap, the 4 new stamps. I told you there's only a few tonight, and they are very niche, so if you like our bulb, there you go. Evening Maxine. So you've got Beauty is Everywhere, which is our lovely little face one, which is that one. Yep. You've got Bright Spark, which is that one. So again, Mum's turn that round if you wanted to. You've got our industrial one, which is there. And then you've got the one that we've been playing with, which is our Thinking of You floral, which is this one here, which does look just as cool upside down. Yeah, it does it once, just like a little butterfly or something just sat there. But I haven't got a clue where my butterfly is, so there we go. Just need sticking together now. So there you go, our new stamps. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you get your bulbs out, because I know a lot of you've got the bulb already. It's one that I always go back to. Great for blokes cards, and just yeah, always makes a really nice card, and it does fill a bigger space. I know Mum and I have both done 5x7s and 6x6s, but it does work on bigger cards too, so don't worry about that, it does work. And I'll have to dig out some of the other samples from the archives to show you, because those older designs are just as good. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed that. Hope you're loving our new bulbs, because I think they're pretty cool. Don't worry, yes, there is some new Christmas ones coming as well, which will be in July, which is only a couple of weeks away. So yeah, keep an eye out for them as well. So that's it from me tonight. Thank you for joining me. I have gone on a bit tonight, I do apologise. I was like arriving as well. So thank you for joining me. But we'll be back on Monday at 7 o'clock for some more monthly mate fun using our lovely big daisy border. I thought it was there, but it's not. might be a big daisy border, so do join me for that, 7 o'clock on Monday. And that's it for me, so have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you on Monday. Thanks for watching, take care, thanks, bye.